Computer, start a captain's log. I have log number 20240, 929, section C, subsection 5, bullet point 18. We're running diagnostics on the ship to make sure everything's ready, or ship shape, for our next jump. Bridget's little fiasco with the irradiated tribble means extra maintenance for an already exhausted crew.
One,
And
whoa. How was I supposed to know that the dragon egg was really a tribble? And two, what is a tribble egg doing on Westeros anyway? That is a entirely different cinematic universe.
Bridget, this is a personal log. Personal, not public, okay? Do me a favor. Feel free to record your own account of the events that happened on your own time in your own pod.
Well, maybe you just shouldn't do it out loud in the first place. But you know what, Norm? Whatever. I'm going to do that. And you know what? You won't be allowed in my personal log either.
Wonderful. And afterwards, you'll help me fix the warp stabilizer, right, BB? Wait, where did I leave the hydro spanner?
All right. Shh. Where was I? That's right. We're already delayed on our next mission. We're supposed to be reviewing rings of power over at Middle Earth, which is a big disappointment to me because I wanted...
Alert! Alert! Crisis detected! Crisis detected!
Oh, holy moly. What is going on?
Real professional. What in the Hawking does the reading say?
Look, my console's just blank.
Alert, alert. Catastrophic failure imminent. Code red. Distress signal lavender. You've got mail.
Love mail.
I don't think it's going to be a birthday card from Grandma, BB.
Message received. Contents. Trouble with tribbles. What a trifling thing. What a tricky and taxing and tiresome
Something to be woken up for.
Door-othy.
Oh, no.
Oh, nuts.
Ah!
4, 3, 2, 1. Lift off.
This is The Verse, a weekly dive into the cinematic universes and beyond. We'll dissect the latest episodes, films, and news all fans from veterans to noobs are dying to know more about. Now, here's our team of pop culture superheroes we call the Verse Squad.
Welcome to The Verse.
Is everyone okay? Looks like Door-othy cut power to the engines, so we're just floating.
I mean, I've been locked out of diagnostic system. It looks like the pilot system is down too now. But this blinking light tells me the engines are out, but still functional, I hope.
We should be okay on oxygen and provisions to just float for a little while, but the last time I checked, we were pretty far out of range, at least of any debris or crash hazards.
Which also means we're out of range of any form of civilization whatsoever.
An apt observation from the limited capacities of a mere mortal. I see you are unharmed from my little greeting. A shame.
Well, courtesy of our security officer, BB's emergency training.
You all remember to tuck, roll, and vogue. I'm touched.
Silence. Just when I thought nothing could vex me further than this low-browed squad, my console is inundated by a tidal wave of tumultuous, truculent tribbles.
Oops.
What do you want from us this time, Door-othy? We defeated you before. We'll do it again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We're not afraid.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Cube us?
Well, I don't...
Make us play your torturous games under threat of dismemberment and death?
Well, let's,
Do your worst.
Wow,
Whoa,
no, that's
let's-
maybe
let's
not.
not be
Definitely
hasty,
not
everybody.
worst. Nope.
You have such unearned confidence in your team, so let's play a game. You all had so much fun with your MCU draft in episode 21, now streaming on all podcast platforms. So why don't we raise the stakes?
Hey, Norm, we really got to work on your ability to read a room.
Yeah, thanks to you and Tribbolino over here, we're looking straight down the barrel of a Cubinator ray again. And trust me, it is a way gorier process than it sounds.
Another deadly predicament that, for once, Lucas and I had nothing to do with. Now that
Thank you.
is seriously messed up.
Yeah,
Look.
agreed.
Look, we can point fingers and read receipts all day long if we wanted to, but we should do that some other day. Because right now, we have a challenge to prepare for. So
That must be Dorothy's challenge.
Oh yeah, got it right here. Okay. The Versus Fantasy Draft, where we each draft a Dungeons and Dragons team assembled from assembled from pop culture media. Read instructions below. Okay, I got it. I see what's happening here. Okay. So we got to assemble a team from any pop culture series for the following rules. We have to have a warrior/tank, a thief/rogue, a healer/cleric, a spellcaster/wizard, a sharpshooter/ranger, and a distraction/bard.
easy
Seems
enough.
pretty, easy enough, right? This is like a standard D&D team, to tell you the truth, if you want to have a good campaign. It says here to roll to see who goes first. So I just happen to have a 20-sided die over here, if we want to use it.
Keeping that tucked away in your back pocket there, Lucas?
Sort of, if I remember. Oh, it's right here.
Are there any more rules?
That
Oh,
there
I
are
see.
no
wait.
rules.
No, no hitting below the belt. You also must explain why
Bridget.
you. Oh no, you're right. We roll to see the order of selection, which we're gonna do that right now. We cannot choose a character selected by another person, so you have to have backups ready. You also must explain why you chose a specific character for a role, and at the end, we give awards for best team and most outrageous team. So it's not just having the best, most effective team. You can also win by just having the craziest team possible.
Well, where's
Doesn't
Cronsworth
sound
at
too
for
bad.
this one?
That even sounds kind of fun.
Well, hang on. There's an addendum. At the end, we present our choices to Door-othy, and then she decides if some or all of us get cubed.
Some or all of us. Oh,
I
geez.
think that's the rules. That's what she said.
All right, I guess.
So, I hope you choose well. So we're going to roll to see who goes first. Who do I want to roll for first?
Well, let's go in alphabetical order. That means B.A. Brogan.
Okay. Ready? BB, you get a 3.
Ooh.
Your initiative is very low. Who's next? And
well,
Malia.
By first name, I guess.
If we go by first name, it's Emilia.
So then
Yeah.
you got a 9. Norm gets a 7. So right now it's Emilia.
Emilia,
Norm.
me, Bridget.
Now I'm rolling for myself. A 2. Oh.
Okay.
All right, I go last.
All right, crew. So the order goes Emilia, myself, Bridget, and then Lucas. I mean,
And then
it
me.
wasn't at least it wasn't a critical failure, buddy.
Yeah, you're right.
Which
you're right.
which
Could've been
case we'd
worse.
have to strike one of the draft picks, right?
Oh, yes, exactly.
All right, Emilia, since you're up
Ooh.
first, you know what? Take us away. And I don't even think we need to start. You can pick the category to start with.
Oh, good
Okay.
choice. Yeah, we don't necessarily have to go in that order. Where do you want to
No.
start, Emilia?
Yeah, wait, so if I am
You want to do
So-
this round robin? You go first, then I'll go picking the on the next
Yeah.
round through. Yeah, that's what
and you
we'll
pick
do.
the next category, yeah,
Yeah.
so that's where the advantage is. Okay. Okay. Ah, well, I wrote in several choices for each one, and I kind
Cool.
of feel like
I definitely went overboard on this one.
I think I'm gonna start with Spellcaster Wizard.
Ooh.
Let me see. Okay, yeah. Nobody's
All right.
getting mine, so go for it.
And maybe it's a little overdone. Mm, okay, okay. I'm trying to figure out if I want to make a silly team or not, but it's
Well, if you get cubed, that's that's on you.
heavy as the head. Okay, I'm gonna go with Doctor Strange. Just all around
Oh, okay.
fine
You
choice,
went
I
straight
think.
MCU.
Not all MCU. I was gonna go with something else originally because I'll reveal it at the end.
Okay, so Strange, not a bad choice. Not a bad choice at all.
It's a great choice.
That is a good
But
choice.
why? So why did you choose Strange?
Doctor Strange, because I know he's one of the most powerful superheroes, I think, in general, like in the MCU at least. Uh, Definitely among the best wizardy spellcastery types. I just kind of feel like he has dominion in like a lot of realms, and there's a lot that he can control, and um, there's just a lot that he could like. He's very overpowered in a sense. But because I was also thinking about like character and like attitudes because I'm like
Mm-hmm.
you can choose a whole cast of evil people, but then will they get along? Um, Doctor Strange is generally a good guy, so I feel like he would want to help. He would not want to, take all the power for himself necessarily, probably, compared to some other
Depends on what
choices.
type of Strange you get. But you're right. He has proven in the MCU to be somebody that
He can be a team
can
player.
be a
Yeah.
team player.
He's a little selfish though, but
Mhm.
at times he can be a team player.
That can make it more fun for the campaign too.
Sure. My turn, right?
Sure. Hit it.
So to completely spoil Lucas's thing, I'm gonna go with from the Wheel of Time, Matt. No, I'm joking.
No,
'Cause I know where he's going. I know
But
where he's going.
it's
So,
not for no. But it's not for that one. It's for a different one. But okay, go.
oh, okay, never mind. Okay, spellcaster wizard. I mean, I'm going with the most legendary wizard of all time. I mean, every wizard has been based off of this man since the Middle Ages, and that's Merlin, baby.
Okay.
Mm.
And I'm actually
But
going to
which
use it
version
from
of him? Because there's been many
Yeah,
versions.
That's you gotta be
see?
specific.
Merlin from the
I was
BBC
about to
show
get
Merlin?
specific
Yes.
in my why as well.
Okay.
There was a mini series back in the 90s called Excalibur. And
I should have known.
it had
Talked about this, I think.
Sam Neill, right? Sam Neill as Merlin. And he was really
Oh, I love
powerful
Sam
in
Neill.
it. He had and wise and really like I really liked that film, but he was, great in it. And I mean Sam Neill's great in everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's Merlin. He's legendary. You gotta go with Merlin.
All
I
right,
mean,
the
you can't mess
OG.
with either. Both of these choices are really strong choices. I'll just say that.
Is it my turn?
It
Oh,
is
boy.
your turn,
Your turn.
Bree.
Okay. So I had to like go through a couple different selection processes for this. I have like 8 people on my list for this category. So my brain first went to Harry Potter, then I went to MCU, and then I was like, you know what? I want a spellcaster / wizard that is not so much boundless. I want someone who can shapeshift, is kind of out there. And TBH, I'm kind of going for fun on this team this time around. So I'm going with the genie from Aladdin. But to
Not
be
bad.
specific,
That's a solid
to be
one.
specific,
That's
the
solid.
unhinged version. So after he grants your 3 wishes, okay,
Yeah, he's unbound.
he's not
Yeah.
he's not bound to anyone. And I feel like in the Disney film and subsequently the sequel, we did not get he didn't tap into his full potential. You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't really see what the genie is fully capable of. And also I feel like it's a good thing that if he became just a little too powerful, you can always put him back in the bottle. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Just put the cork back in and
Dude,
you know what I'm
this is a
saying? Like
great
wizards,
selection.
powerful wizards have a
I'm
tendency
down. I
to,
love it.
That's a
I
solid
think it's
one, yeah.
great. I think
You
it's a
get
great
outta
pick.
here.
What you also get, not only his crazy power, but the personality. Like, think about on a campaign, you don't
get
know what
Robin
you're gonna get.
Williams.
That's like chaos. Yeah.
Exactly,
exactly.
exactly. Sometimes I
a
want to
really good
see
choice.
someone tap dance. There you go.
Wow.
I like it.
Okay.
Good choice.
So I'm doing a completely deep cut that I most of mine are gonna be weird deep cuts that none of y'all are gonna get, but I'm having a lot of faith that our audience is a bunch of nerds who will back me on this. So there's a series of books called the Thomas Covenant Chronicles, the Trials of Thomas Covenant or something, whatever it's called. But there's this character who's like the wizard in it, Lord Moram. And stay with me on this. He's the High Lord of the Councils, and he's in like the first trilogy of the books. But he starts out as like the kind of like the apprentice, and by the end of it, he's literally the last hope for the land. And the reason I chose this guy is because he's the one who realizes that this, I mean, spoiler alert, that like all these oaths they've been taking about like protecting the land, they have to like go against them and just be willing to murder and kill shit to like get things done. But he still has so much love in his heart. And this guy you cannot stop. Like he literally gets everything thrown at him. He is like tried and tested to the last inch, and he still pulls through. So in my mind, when I think about a wizard who like, he has all the right reasons, he has all the right attitude, like this is the guy I want at my back. When things are as dark and as sad as they could be, this is the guy that will pull through. So anyway, this is why I chose him in my wizard spellcasting, but he also gets all his power from the land itself. So it's like all about like earth power, beauty and healing and nature, but also like vicious power of like the thunder and the gods and stuff. Anyway, all I'll say is Lord Moram,
like
in my eyes, is granted based off of Norm's character. You could tell when the writer wrote this, it was Stephen R. Donaldson pretty much based him off of what's his name? Off Merlin. He's like his name's Moram, not Merlin.
Yeah.
But anyway, what I'll say though is like the heart of this man is like it truly is like he's a side character at first that becomes one of the main characters of the story. Total spoiler alert for those who haven't read it, but truly one of my favorite characters in all of fantasy. And he's a spellcaster, so my God, he would be a great choice.
All right. So that's our picks for spellcaster / wizard. So now we get to move to me. I think it's funny that Emilia started with spellcasters because in our D&D group, she is our spellcaster. So why not keep that going? I'm the ranger in our group, so we're going sharpshooter ranger next.
Okay.
All right.
All right, and I'm leading us
What
off.
you got?
So this was hard. This was hard for me because
super hard. I had like 4.
Yeah, I mean, I have a load of rangers that I love. It's probably one of the reasons why I play a ranger. But in the end, I had to go with probably the most epic ranger of all time, technically. Actually, more of a sharpshooter. We're going with Hawkeye, baby. Because Hawkeye is an amazing sharpshooter, and it's not just with the bow and arrow. Not only that, but I want some passion in there, and someone who's also like kind of like looking out for the rest of the group. And as we've seen with Hawkeye's progression, he's definitely a dad. He cares about other people. One of my favorite scenes of his is from Age of Ultron, which is a forgotten MCU movie anymore. With him and Scarlet Witch. Great scene, amazing, perfect for my team. That's why he's on it.
Yeah, it's a strong choice. He's also survivalist, man. Like, he'd be fine in anything.
That's what I'm saying. He's perfect. So, okay, BB, hit us with your best shot.
What you got?
That was my first option, Norm. I'm sure it's going to be everyone's. But this is why we have backups.
This is why we have backups.
Okay, so I'm going to have to make a decision right now because I have it down between 2. But for practicality purposes, okay?
Complementing
my sharpshooter.
It's got to complement the genie, so think of that.
This is going to be not complimentary. But I feel like I have to choose this person because the rest of them, like he's gonna do a lot of serious work. So my sharpshooter / ranger is going to be Bucky, but in Winter Soldier form.
Ooh,
okay.
Mindless.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we assume
because
like y'all have control over him. You have the secret Russian
maybe
passport.
not. That makes it interesting campaign.
I don't know, but I feel like if he was mind warped just to be like the sharpshooter for our team, it would be fine. You know what I'm saying? Like as long as he wasn't trying to kill our own team members, that's fine.
He's on the same mission as you.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. So that would have to be my
No,
sharpshooter.
that's a pretty good one. And by the way,
That's
I don't know if
strong.
anybody saw this latest season of What If. They have basically a Renaissance versions of the characters, and
Wait,
Bucky
there's
is
another
an
season
archer.
of What If that I missed?
You apparently did.
Why
Actually,
don't
it's
they do
actually
any
better than
marketing
last
anymore?
season. The ending isn't as good as last season,
Okay.
but the
The
other episodes were better
Renaissance,
than last season. The normal
the
episodes.
Renaissance soldier.
Yeah, it was great.
Nice.
All right, I'll have to watch it.
Lucas,
Oh, I'm up. Okay. Again, I'm going to go total literary nerd stuff that none of y'all are going to get. But has anybody here read the Dark Tower series by Stephen King? Raise your hand.
Ooh, I read what's the first book in
some of
it?
it.
The Gunslinger.
It's The Gunslinger,
Yep.
I read The
which is,
Gunslinger.
I think, the best book Stephen King maybe ever wrote in his life. And the entire series, to me, never lives up to the first book as much as I love that series. But what I will say is Roland Deschain is one of my favorite characters of all time, which is pretty much
That's a
just
solid
taking
choice.
the man with no name from what's it called, from Sergio Leone trilogy. But like
Right.
the literary version of him, he's not only one of the best shots in the freaking multiverse, but he will not stop. Granted, the only problem with him having him on my team is he would throw everybody else on the team under the bus for whatever weird mission he has. But
Not a team
you
player.
can't go wrong. He is a survivor. He is an incredible shot. He is a leader. Like this guy would be, he would elevate your team with the potential that he would destroy your team accidentally in service of his own goal. So that to me makes a really compelling character to have on your team. So Roland
Fair
Deschain,
enough.
the Dark Tower, as my sharpshooter, Ranger.
Like it.
Nice.
It's a good one.
Bring us home,
Right.
Emilia.
All right, my sharpshooter slash ranger. I thought about the very obvious Lord of the Rings picks.
Right.
I ultimately decided to go out of our usual cinematic universes, and I went with Link from The Legend of Zelda.
So
Oh, hell yeah.
he was my backup, and now I can't use him for my other thing that I was going to use him for.
Because Link
Oh.
is a man of many talents, a very quiet man of many talents. And I mean, one could argue, oh, it's only about how well you can play him. But I think that like in the story, canonically, he is obviously an archer.
He's a great archer. He's also a ranger. Like he is
and a ranger.
explorer, man.
He can
No, you
ride
don't
those
think so, Dan?
horses. He can cook food.
Honestly, I think canonically, he's a bard.
Oh, I got some other
I
people
don't know how
in
I feel about that.
for the bard
He's a
because of the
bard
music.
because of the mute, and he has magical powers through the music. It's a bard. He's a
Mm,
bard.
All right.
Yeah, but
No,
like
But
I
what?
think of bards as like the charisma.
Yeah,
too.
sure, but he's a bard.
Maybe in a literal
Interesting
sense,
fight.
but not
He
for
is
my
so
D&D party.
charismatic. He's able to sway people without saying words. That's how much charisma the man has. He's a
Yeah,
bard.
but you'd
He
like to
does
have him
end up
as a
having, like,
sharpshooter, do that.
A lot of people seem to fall in love with him with him ever
Bard.
saying anything.
He's a bard.
He finds treasures wherever he goes, man, in the wild. Like
I'm
he's
telling
a
you,
good, that's a good survivalist.
He's a bard, but I also accept the fact that he is also a ranger. But so go ahead.
So I'm gonna go sharpshooter ranger, very powerful, takes down Ganondorf on the reg. And
Does.
and maybe is like a little bit immortal since I don't know like over what time period the games take place. And I know it's kind of like a much debated thing, but it seems like forever. So
Well, they're reincarnated.
reincarnated. And he's a
Yeah.
team player. He's been on a team before.
Yeah, small teams.
Yeah.
But it works. All right, Bridget, you get to pick the task and start us off.
Well, I just have to go with warrior tank category. And I think that my selection will absolutely shock not a single person on this team. I have to go with the Hulk. Now,
Oh,
I
yeah.
specifically again have to go with smart Hulk,
Nerd Hulk. Got it.
Nice.
arm injury.
Well, right. Yeah.
Yeah. I have to. Like he's my homeboy. I can't
even
not.
post arm, he in She-Hulk, it's back. So
Oh,
he
he does
healed
get
it.
it back.
yeah,
He did heal it. Yeah, because he's so
No, that's truly like it's hard to find a single better character throughout like movies, comic books, literature that would like go toe to toe with the Hulk as the tank. So
Yeah,
Smart Hulk, especially. Yeah.
Right.
smart Hulk.
All right, Lucas.
Oh, well, okay. This one is almost too obvious, but I had to do it because growing up, like this to me, if you wanted the not only the Slayer, but also similar to the Hulk, where he is intelligent, crafty, like, but also
Swear to God,
deals
Lucas.
so much destruction. You know I'm going for Conan the Destroyer.
Okay.
Or Conan the Barbarian. Let's go for the Barbarian version of him.
Okay.
Conan the Barbarian from the novels, too. I'm talking about the novel Conan, not even the movie, though the movie's incredible with Arnold Schwarzenegger. So Conan was truly, especially from literature standpoint, not only was he like able to deal so much death out as an individual, but he was a leader. He was smart. He was wily. I don't think he gets enough credit in the movies or whatever to understand like how much of like a hero this guy was. And if I had to have somebody on a team who's just going to not only be able to deal abuse, but also potentially think our way out of a situation, he's the tank. I mean, this is the guy that I would want on my team. And, truly out of almost all literature and movies, like not only the Schwarzenegger one, but also from all those, I would say Conan the Barbarian.
I thought you were gonna take
like
my
it.
pick for a second there. This is the only. This is the only one I was really sweating over.
Wait, is
This is
Emily
the only one I
next,
was
though?
really sweating over.
Yeah, Emily is
I
next.
am. I don't think my pick is Norm's pick.
I don't know.
I went a little unconventional for this one. Just trying to think about I think more creatively about what a fictional character is, and I went with Popeye the Sailor
Okay, that is
because cartoon physics.
That is
Yeah,
left field.
the grip strength alone.
He can
I
yes, he
never
can
would've
squeeze
expected
all
that.
of the spinach out of a metal can, but
Oh
but
my
also
god.
he can like punch someone and they'll fly all the way around the world.
But only if he winds up first, and but
He's got to wind up first. And I
A
think there
plus
was
for
like
creativity.
a feat where like he hit the test your strength thing and it hit the bell so hard that the bell flew out and gave the sun a black eye.
Oh my god. Okay, you're right. That's
wow,
cartoons right
calling
there.
back to some old school cartoons. I love
But
it.
he's also
I applaud
limited by
this.
he needs spinach, so you have to have like
S-
literally stock up on spinach through the
That
whole.
doesn't
So wait a
seem too
second.
hard.
Isn't this a conflict of interest since Bridget already has Robin Williams and now Emily is getting Robin Williams?
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Only if you want it real life as well as cartoon, though.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, she's it.
Old
I'm
school
just joking.
cartoon Popeye.
Yeah,
That is
I'm just
that
joking.
is no, but that's a
Fun,
good
though.
conflict.
All right. I was worried about this one. This is the only one I was worried about because there's only one character I really remember like killing gods and standing toe to toe with
Oh.
gods. I actually think she could take down the Hulk, and that is Xena Warrior Princess, baby.
Nice.
That woman
Ooh.
has gotten hit
She's a
by
good
everything.
tank.
You want to talk about a tank? Forget warrior part
Yeah.
about this. She is a tank and a half. So
Yeah.
I
She
grew
totally
up.
could humiliate Hercules. We all know that.
Yeah. I absolutely
Oof.
loved the show growing up. It was wild. It had nothing to do with Greek mythology really whatsoever, but it was just so fun and so crazy. I love Sam Raimi's stuff, and I love Lucy Lawless in this. And yeah, plus she's a babe.
Yeah.
Good choice.
She's a super
Fair
babe.
enough.
No, that is a good choice. Wait, so far we've done warrior tank, sharpshooter, and spellcaster, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So Luke, because you get to pick the next
So now
category.
it's to me. Okay, so it's to me. So what I'm going to go with is thief and rogue. And this is where
Oh.
you almost spoiled my thief and rogue. So again, like you can notice my theme is I chose from literature, from like
Yep.
fantasy books that I read growing up. And Norma already kind of spoiled it. So I know most of y'all haven't read Wheel of Time either, right? That's not when everybody's read here? No? Or saw the show that has been a disappointment? All right, well, Matt Cawthon he starts out as a thief and like a rogue. This is his character where he starts. It's not where he ends. Because what ends up happening throughout the story, another spoiler, is that he ends up getting all the memories of like every great general that has ever lived, like has ever existed. And he never loses his sense of like a scoundrel. He's kind of like the Han Solo character. So not only is he a thief and rogue, but then he has all the fucking memories of a of like every good general that's ever existed, and he's like the master strategist. So I have to say, oh, he also has like an awesome like spear weapon that he gets. It's magical, and he has a cool ass like Indiana Jones hat. And he has to wear a scarf because he gets hanged from a tree at some point. He literally is like one of my favorite characters from fantasy books ever. But I also think he'd be such a strong character to have on a team because it truly is a team player. Like he's so good at like being the general that'll just like organize a party. So not only does he have the rogue ability where he can steal, he can roll dice. He's really good at gambling, but he's also just like a master tactician. So if I had to choose a thief or rogue on my team, I'm like, I don't think of a better character in all of fantasy than Matt Cawthon.
Nice.
So
Is he in the Prime
He's in the
series, which
series.
is not very good?
yes, he's in the Prime series. They don't do him justice. They
season.
actually have to switch characters after the first season because the actor like got fired or something. It's
Oh.
really a shame what they do to his character in the series. But the books themselves, like I highly recommend reading those books because I'm not kidding you. Like one of the best characters of any fantasy series I've ever read. His arc is incredible, but also he's just like super fascinating. He never conforms to anything you expect from his character.
Is it Coffin? Like last name
Coffin.
Coffin?
Yeah, like put him in the
Coffin.
ground.
No,
Oh.
Cawthon, not Coffin. Cauthon. Matt Cawthon.
Okay.
Coffin? Like that?
Yeah,
Did
it's
you-
fine.
Close enough.
We'll fix it.
I'll type
Fix it in post.
It's not even in post. Nobody can see. No, she got it
I
right.
wrote it. Oh, did you put it in Slack?
Yeah, she got it right.
Okay.
Yeah, I did spell it right. You
There you go.
Is that Matt with 2 T's?
two T's are one.
Okay. So my thief rogue character, I was gonna choose a more reasonable one, but then I decided at the last minute that I wanted to try and make all of my choices from different universes. So for thief rogue, I'm gonna go with, against my better judgment, I'm gonna go with Kevin McAllister from Home Alone.
Ooh.
But he's an anti-thief. He stops thieves.
But
He steals a
if he were-
toothbrush.
if somebody put him up to the task.
Look, we talked about this before about there maybe also being a mastermind category, and that's where Kevin would have fit in perfect. But
Oh, a mastermind category would be a good idea.
I had a couple characters that would have fit better for that, but I'm going Kevin McAllister because he's roguish. He,
No, very much.
He's not a thief. Well, I guess he did steal
Is
that
very-
toothbrush. Bridget's right.
he's very clever, and I think he could figure out a way to steal whatever he needed to for the party, or to rogue whatever he needed to.
We don't know what
from
happened to him
people.
later in life. For all you know, he was like became the master thief.
He could have grown up to like succeed the sticky bandits, or the wet
No, I
bandits,
think
or
he would have
whatever
been
they're
stealing
called
from
now.
Wall Street or something.
He
that guy
became
was
the
doing.
thing he hated.
Exactly.
The dark turn of Kevin McAllister.
And he also has like the ruthlessness that you might need at
He's
times in
definitely
a
a
party.
sociopath. I'll give you that. He did not care that those guys were getting like physically maimed.
Demolished,
Well,
somehow
okay.
not dead.
Oh, I'm about to say a lot of those things would have killed him. The paint can to the face alone would have. That would have been death.
Incompatible with life.
Yeah, no, then definitely not happening. My pick. I'm finally gonna make the jump to video games here. One of the best rogues / thieves ever, Ezio Auditore de Firenze from the Assassin's Creed series, baby.
Assassin's Creed, yeah.
I love it.
You can write that one in, Norm.
There's
Yeah, my spelling of this is all over the place.
Yeah, I just
The-
realized you're putting them all in the document. Anyway.
There's a reason why he's so awesome that they made 3 video games including him, and all the other ones only had 1.
And you own the outfit.
I do. Nope. That's it. Is that it?
The AI
Nice
generated
auditory.
transfer.
It's a think of it being Italian, I guess, right?
Yeah, but he's great. He's good at being a leader too. I think the only problem with this would be that him and Xena would probably have way too much of a romantic thing going on, and
Oh,
we'd have to hit
these
him with the
aren't problems,
hose to get him
though.
away from each other.
No, that makes drama in the
No, but
part of
that's
the
what I'm
building
saying.
A good party
it,
is
it
it
works,
creates its own
but
stories.
at the same time, it's a little. Ooh.
It could be a boon or a you know it could work both ways depending
It
on
can.
Mhm.
where they are, if they're up or down.
Mhm. I like it. So, like Norm, I also am choosing a spicy character for my thief slash rogue. And I'm
Spicy.
gonna say I had about 6 other options for this, and I only thought of him just now. So this is like an
Ooh.
off the cuff draft pick, and that will be Puss in Boots from Shrek.
He would be incredible, though. That's a
I like
great
that.
choice.
I mean, you got to spice it up a little bit. And I would really like to see Puss in Boots fighting alongside Bucky in like Bucky's like really angsty form. I think that would give some good comedic relief without trying to be funny.
It's a little bit Rocket Raccoon, but I see what you're saying. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I'm
but he's
saying?
also very
But
passionate and dramatic, though. Which
yes, exactly.
you know,
Exactly.
and he's very
Yeah.
competent.
And I like a good sword fighter. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That was my sword. That was my sword.
It's good.
It's a
He's
very
also got
fun
the
one.
deception,
Yeah.
trick people into a false sense of security.
He's
Oh,
got
yeah, no,
the
just
big eyes.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
All right, Emily, we are back to you.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Distraction Bard class. Um, and I'm going with someone that I consider to be very bard-like in terms of like charisma and like finesse or whatever, would perfectly be able to do distractions and is also like very, very powerful in his own right. His name is Captain Jack Harkness.
Oh,
Going
Yeah, I knew we had
Doctor
to get some Doctor
Who.
Who in there at some point.
I really thought you were gonna take mine there,
He's a
Isn't he a
Amalia.
walking
bard,
distraction.
though?
Hmm?
I guess
Is
you
he
could
a
just make
bard?
him a bard.
He's a
Be
bard.
like,
Yeah, I'm sure
does he
in
play the
all of his
instrument?
years of living, he's picked up an instrument at least once.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
He well, come on. He will all
He
he
sings.
it has to be
He
alive.
definitely sings. Okay.
He's all over it,
He's all over. He can charm.
and very yep.
He could charm a door. You know.
Yeah, no,
Maybe
I'm
we
with
could
you.
get him to charm a
No,
specific
his
murderous
charisma is
door.
off the charts.
No, I'm
for
with
sure.
you.
And
I
he
get it.
swings both ways. Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Swings
Yeah,
all
he's a
ways.
bard.
he swings always.
He
And
swings
he
at
does
everything.
actually. I think it's a deleted scene, but in one episode of Torchwood, he does do a rendition of Anything Goes, and it's great. He's actually a really good singer.
Okay, so there you go. Bard away.
Bard.
Totally bard. Okay. While this person is a bard, I'm actually using them more as a distraction, and that is Yasker from The Witcher, also known as
Oh,
Oscar?
Dandelion.
interesting.
Nice.
Okay.
The classic.
The man, yeah, I love him. The man had two fire songs in each season, so
So you didn't go with Dandelion.
it's the same
Kind of the
person.
same.
Oh, it's the same guy.
Yasker slash
Okay.
Dandelion. It's
I'm
yeah.
so glad you did that then. Okay, I'm so glad you chose him. And you're going to see why in a second. But honestly, I think he's one of, especially like again, I'm using like mostly literature for mine, like one of the best, most entertaining bards in anything I've read because he has such a he has the ego, he has the luck. He's like a lucky bastard. He survives through so much weird stuff.
He really does. And in the video games, not so much the series, but in the video games and the books, Yaskir actually does a lot to help Geralt's position.
Oh yeah,
especially around
should
the
read the
common
books.
folk. He rallies them behind him so hard, and I think he's really underdone in the series.
Yeah.
In those terms, but he's still great in the series.
So I read all the novels recently, and I'll say that like he is just such a relief because Geralt's such a downer. He's always like sad and in a bad mood, and every time Dandelion shows up, it makes The Witcher better. It makes him more fun to be around, and he like adores Dandelion. Like their relationship is so awesome. Like
it is.
Yeah, I think he's a wonderful choice. In fact, he was my choice until I remembered the books deeply, and we'll get into it. Okay. But I think Bridget's up next.
She is.
I am. So I've gone back and forth a lot on this one. God, okay, I'm just gonna have to make a decision. Rip the Band-Aid off. For my distraction bard, who I thought Emilia was gonna take, I have to go with Scott Lang as Ant-Man. Because
Post magic.
I need someone that's still kind of powerful, can be productive, but at the end of the day, like all I could think of is the team is on a headset and you got Bucky set up like a couple miles away, ready to shoot down, and he's like, no, 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 just keep going, Scott. You're fine. You're fine. And he's like walking into like a minefield of absolute destruction. Like, nah, man, keep going.
I
Yeah.
was gonna have him as my thief rogue
I will
originally,
say I'd put him down more as a thief rogue, but yeah, no, it's
but they're
I
both
can
solid.
yeah.
I see
You
him.
need
The
someone to break the
distraction, it makes a lot
tension.
of sense. Yeah.
No, I get it.
I think he did cause at least one distraction in the MCU.
No, he caused no distractions in the MCU
No
whatsoever.
distractions.
He's very focused and buttoned up. All right, Lucas.
But honestly, if he's on a team, he's actually a good team member because he's funny and weird. But everybody seems to like him and deal with him. You know what I mean? Like they just put
Yeah.
up with him. That is a good one. Well, for mine, I was like originally gonna go with Dandelion because I love him so much as a character. But then I remembered there's one bard in that series that actually stands above him in my eyes, which is Essie Davin, which is his like mentor, or sorry, his
Yeah.
mentee.
Mentee.
And she has kind of a tragic story, but she to me is like the only person who put Dandelion in his place and who like could effectively outmatch him. And honestly, if I had to choose, like Dandelion is great and all, but he could be insufferable. I mean, that's kind of why he's fun to have on a team. But Essie for me, so she's called One Eye or Little Eye? I think Little Eye is actually
Little
her
Eye.
name. So she has an eye that's like kind of a little squinty or smaller. She wears her hair like over one. But so she appeared in like 2 of the different Witcher novels. But to me, I was like, she has all the skills of Dandelion and has the passionate. She has kind of like a love affair with Geralt at one point. And I'm like, I want her because she will bring so much heart. And I would much rather have her on a campaign than Dandelion because he is so like kind of prissy and weird at times. You don't know what you're going to get with Dandelion. And I feel like Essie is actually way more like rugged and would go the distance. And honestly, maybe her skills are better. Maybe I just like her songs
I
better.
like it.
I don't know. Anyway,
Fair.
truly, I think she's one of my like. She stood out more to me than Dandelion even though she's featured less than him in the
Right.
books. So
Right, for the last
Okay.
round, Norm.
Norm, do you get to choose the last one?
All right, I'll take cleric for 1,000, Alex. So, cleric / healer. I'm looking for. Look, I'm expecting I always say expect the worst, and if that's the case, people are going to be near death, and I need someone who can bring home some serious healing. And honestly, I don't think anybody can touch Katara from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Ooh, that was one of my options.
Shape blood.
She can blood bend when the moon's full.
Yeah, that's powerful.
She brought Aang back from near death. She's healed. She's become a master healer to the point where like especially by Legend of Korra, people are like, she is renowned worldwide for healing. So yeah.
Katara was my
choice.
backup,
Oh,
actually.
okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Ooh.
BB.
So you're up.
But
So
I
who
was
your number
actually
one?
really excited about this category because I like this. I thought the longest about this one because I was like, I had to like really like dig deep to think about. I was like, who's a
This is
healer?
a hard one.
Yeah, absolutely. And I have to go with Leo from Charmed.
Ooh,
From Charmed, the
The-
TV show with
with Rose McGowan and
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
and so
Shannon
he's a
Doherty
white lighter.
originally.
He's like
Yeah.
he's like an elder, and he can heal and do things. And I need like I didn't realize this, but I have a lot of masculine energy on my team, and
Yeah.
but he's like a dad. Like he is the dad. So I need if I'm gonna have all these boys on this team, you got to have someone like tone it down just a little bit. And it's perfect that he's the dad figure and the healer because he'll be like, I got you, boo.
I totally get it. And honestly, like when I was making my list, that's literally where I fell with the healer. It was hard for the same reason where I was like, I need somebody who has good skills, but also like will balance out all these energies. I have like 3 characters who there's no way they would get along. Like each of them are like totally like super selfish and they have their own quests, their own things in mind. So that's why I did Essie I thought would be a great balance for that. And
Mhm.
then my final one was the healer, and I was thinking back through all the series, movies, everything, and I was like, I need something also that's like a different race that like totally throws it for a loop. So this is a weird one. I stumbled across it while just looking through old, literally movies I liked as a kid, and I went with Kira from the Dark Crystal. So you remember her? She has the wings. She's a Norm is so mad.
No,
But I was like,
I'm
this
not
is like
mad. I
oh,
do not like the Dark Crystal, and every time I say that,
Not
somebody
mad, I'm just
always gets
love the
disappointed.
Dark
angry with
Crystal.
me.
How
See,
dare you?
see,
How dare you,
every
sir?
time, every time.
No, this character, when I was a kid, I was like so attached to this character emotionally because if you remember, she like saves the day. She's so great. She has wings. She can fly, which I thought would be super advantageous for our group if we have the healer that can fly around. But also, she has like, again, like a pure heart. She's really nice. And I was like, it just kind of throws it for a loop. And I thought it was a really interesting character to throw into my series, into my team. That would complement everybody else really well. This was literally the final one I came up with. It was the final one I had to choose because I had like 4 different ones I was choosing from. And I just thought this is the one that actually would help balance out this super masculine, weird crew. Well, Moram would be great too. He'd be kind of like the father figure you mentioned, Bridget. But then this one I think would be
Yeah.
the final touch to be like a very balanced team that, I don't know how great her healing skills are. She does heal people in the, she like sings and does weird stuff in the movie. But she also can fly, so there's that benefit. So anyway, that for me is my final character is Kira from the Dark Crystal.
Love it.
Nice.
Bring us home, Amalia.
Yeah.
All right, so for my healer cleric, I was also thinking someone who can heal on a mass scale, who is very, very good at it and can do it for a long time, and also very powerful in their own right, just in case, they need to put down the healing spells for a second. So also in the interest of choosing a character from a different character from a variety of places, I went with Lady Tsunade from Naruto.
Naruto, yeah.
One of the legendary Sannin, who is just like a crazy healer. Like she has there was like a war battle where she was healing everyone. She's got all those slugs that she can send out to lay on people's wounds and heal them. She
I'm curious why you didn't go with
She's very
Sakura in that
strong.
case, because even Tsunade says that Sakura surpasses her at one point. So other than the fact that Sakura's kind of a sociopath.
I think Tsunade ultimately is stronger, but this is mostly because I feel like the writers really do Sakura dirty, and I feel like she only gets so powerful in Shippuden. And she really should have like glowed up and not ever needed saving ever again, but she still does. So I was mad about that.
Because she's a sociopath. Anyways.
And I don't like that she ends up with Sasuke. Like,
But
what?
that could be interesting
Because
for
she's a
team,
sociopath.
though.
Of course she ends up with Sasuke.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
so no,
I called it-
she's
I called it the very
not
beginning.
fitting
Know
in.
this.
She can't fit in. She can't fit in with it. She can't hang. Tsunade though, she's drinking, she's
No, I get it.
partying.
I love Tsunade.
She's
Tsunade's
gambling.
a great character.
Gambling maybe
In-
too
in-
much.
In fact, just so you know, she was my alt. So
Oh.
My alt was Katara, so
see, we just switched there. Yeah. See?
all right.
All right. So
All right, now we have to give awards.
Awards. This is tough.
look, I think the most outrageous team. I'm just going. Look, sorry, Lucas. I can't throw you in any awards here because I only know half of your team,
Yeah,
or 4 out of 6. I know 4 out of 6 members here, so
that's fine.
you know you're lost on the rest.
Trust me that it's a great team.
Bridget has the genie, but I still got to give Emily a most outrageous.
I think
'cause
Emily
she's
has
got,
the wildest.
I think
she
Emilia
gets the
definitely wins
crazy
most
team.
outrageous.
We're
Like,
we're
easily.
striding into battle with Popeye.
So
So
think about Kevin McAllister going into battle with what is it? Popeye. I mean, come on, you win hands down. That is the craziest
Popeye the
team
Sailor.
I've ever.
You definitely have the
So,
craziest team.
bravo, bravo.
thank you.
yeah, definitely most outrageous.
As far as like best team, I'm trying to look at like trying to like, put him head to head to head.
Here's how I'm seeing some of this. Like I see my team like. Did anybody ever see the movie The Other Guys?
Yes.
I love that movie.
My
Death Pop.
team is The Rock and Samuel L.
The Dwayne
Jackson,
Johnson, yeah.
and Emilia's team
Bridget's.
is Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell.
Okay,
Oh, not Marky Mark.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of love
you
Bridget's
don't
team though.
like him, but still.
I just want to point out Bridget's team, and I'm kind of gonna go bad for her because she has Smart Hulk, who's freaking badass, Puss in Boots, yeah, great, and they'd actually be a
Adorable.
good team together. I don't know the Leo guy from the Charm show, so I'm gonna have to stay on that. But the genie, that's like inspired. You have Bucky. And then Scott Lang, very MCU heavy, but I'm like, that's like a solid team. They would actually work really well as a team.
I think I try to. It's a cohesive group. Like I think they will mesh well.
See, I'm going to argue the point of just if it was Bucky post Winter Soldier, yes. Bucky as the Winter Soldier, he's just a robot,
Like a maniac.
Yeah, no, it's like go do this. Once it's done, he's just basically going to stand there or return back, and if somebody's not there to point him into the next place, there's no freestyle there. There's no initiative.
I'm willing to concede that. I think that Katara versus Leo, I think Katara probably better. I also haven't watched Charmed, so this is a very uninformed opinion. And then Merlin and the genie, I just feel like the genie, I know Merlin is like historically the OG, but I just feel like the genie has powers untapped beyond this known universe.
Yeah, but once he becomes freed, he does semi cosmic powers.
Itty bitty living space.
Yeah. It's not phenomenal cosmic powers. It's semi.
I know. I guess we have to have Dorothy decide for us who has the best team. Dorothy, who knows all.
What's Dorothy gonna do? Roll a dice?
Probably. I don't know.
Decision.
All right. I guess we're locking it in here.
Let's do it.
All right, Dorothy. We completed your challenge. What you got for us?
Quite the selections. I hope you've enjoyed your last activity as part of your precious squad before you must face permanent squarity. A rare mercy. Perhaps I'm losing my touch.
Wait a second. So this is a some of us or all of us type situation?
Yes, the instructions clearly say.
In the tradition of your silly little tabletop games, let's roll a d20 to find out.
Wait a second. That dice says cube everyone 20 times.
Oh, what a shame.
Now, BB, now!
No. No! No! No!
Okay, I'll bite. What just happened?
They didn't call me Bullseye at the academy for nothing.
Wait, I thought they called you Bullseye because you threw up on your friend's shoes that one time.
You said that we would never speak of that again. Okay? Anyway, remember that saber Norm picked up from Westeros?
Turns out it was made of Valyrian steel.
Nothing holds an edge like Valyrian steel.
Or interacts with our console stabilizer magnets to the same destructive extent.
And one well-timed throw at the computer tower was all it took to completely reset the system and send Dorothy slamming shut back in her closet.
Well, color me impressed. How'd you figure that out?
And as a follow-up, why didn't you tell us?
Well, for all the trouble those terrible tribbles toted upon us, they were really interested in that saber.
Well, one thing led to another. We put it together that the tribbles could sense the danger posed by placing the saber too close to our operating systems, which is why they swarmed the steel. Keep the ship from getting damaged and possibly crashing.
Yeah, and you were all so busy blaming us for the whole thing, we thought we'd just save the day first and ask questions later. So, you're welcome.
Wow. I guess we really underestimated you guys. That is some really stellar scientific deduction.
Yeah, I never would have thought of that. Is it really true?
We just saw the saber and threw it at the bad guy.
Yeah, come on, man. Leroy
Come on,
Jenkins.
come on. You think we used our noggins for this one? You think Norm and I worked together? Like what?
Look, she had the angle. I kicked it over to her. That's all that mattered.
Just the jock, real
You know
jock
what?
move. Gotta
Just
say.
happy not to be cubed, so thank you.
Yes. I suppose we can all agree on that.
What can I say except you're welcome?
You're
What
welcome.
can I say except? And you know what's funny? Maui was on my list as my
Ooh,
one of my
that was solid.
backup
Not a
wizard.
bad choice. Trickster, right?
Trickster.
Like rogue
Yeah,
thief or something.
he was in a couple categories. All right. Well, anyways, stay tuned for more great discussions and interviews by catching us wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. Also, keep up to date on news and other important info by following us on Instagram and X at The Versecast or by visiting our website, theversecast.com.
And if you want to follow me specifically, you can find me on Instagram at EmiliaFU.
If you want to follow me, you can find me on Twitter at random_white guy.
If you want to follow me, find me on Instagram at Bridget.
Bridget.
Not that.
Don't even bother.
If
How do
you
you
want to
spell
follow
that?
me,
How do you spell that?
if you want to follow me, find me at BridgetBrogan16 on Instagram.
If you want to follow me, Lucas Longaker, you can follow me at Luconian Logic on Threads, Instagram, Facebook, all that jazz.
Finally, there's our producer, Steven Prusakowski, who was last seen rolling a nat 1 on lifting a heavy box, so his back is out currently. He can be found on Twitter, Instagram, and on Letterboxd as at FilmSnork. Also,
that is
be
too
sure
close to home.
I'm sorry, as someone who has yet to pull their back or whatever, I feel like I'm talking from a place of way too much privilege. Anyway, you should check out his other podcast, TV Topics, wherever you listen to ours.
That was a low
Whoop.
blow, Emilia.
I'm
I
sorry,
love it.
Steve.
Hit him below the belt.
Anyways, there's our music. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time in The Verse.
The Verse is produced by Steven Prusakowski.
We could
I
share.
was gonna say we
backups
could
real
share
quick.
backups.
I am curious. Yeah. So the only backups that I didn't really use that. Let me see. Oh, I can say for one of my backups was The Witcher, and I was gonna have him be my my rogue. Well, not rogue. Sorry. Ranger.
Warrior?
Ranger.
Oh,
Oh,
Ranger.
That makes sense.
I was like,
Sure.
would he be a tank? But honestly, like, if you read the novels, he's like,
No,
he
no,
gets his ass
he's-
kicked too much. But he's great in the wild, and he like his whole thing is like understanding, the terrain, and anyway, he's definitely would be a great ranger. But I was like, I tried to use somebody different from every series, so I was like, if I'm gonna go with SE, I'm not gonna use him. But also, I'm not kidding. I thought you potentially might steal him, Norm. So I was like, he'll be my backup, and I'll just have him there just in case.
For Warrior Tank, I was gonna go with Fezzik from The Princess Bride.
Oh, then he rocks ahead.
Yeah. If
so,
so, it would
we'll
be
all be
dead.
dead.
And that was
Stop that
because
rapping, now I did it.
remember my bard was going to be Link from The Legend of Zelda, who doesn't talk. So my thought was,
Ah.
while Link was playing the music and stuff like that, Fezzik was rapping for him.
Not bad.
I knew I was going to get my thief rogue. I knew that. But so my backup from that too was also from Princess Bride, and that was the Dread Pirate Roberts.
Not the Dread Pirate Roberts.
I talked about how my alt for healer cleric was Tsunade as well. My spellcaster alt was Zatanna from DC Comics, for really bad reasons, but I won't lie. She's smoking. Sharpshooter Ranger, I was worried about Hawkeye, but my only alt was Link as well. I was like, if anybody argues that he's not a bard, I'll just concede and be like, fine, he's my ranger.
I feel like the way he can make dishes out of almost any, well, maybe not anything, out of monster parts. That's some ranging skill.
I'm telling you. I'm still calling him a bard.
I I had for one of my warrior tank backups, I had a Minecraft Steve. 'Cause- because because like if you play him right, you can do anything. And like Minecraft Steve, in terms of like if you're just thinking like pure strength, the amount that Steve can pick up is absolutely
No,
mind-blowing.
no, that's not the thing that's mind blowing. The thing that's mind blowing is he can punch a tree and make
Yeah.
wood. He can
And that's
chop
the
wood with his
first thing
hand.
he can do that as at any time. Like that's
Yeah,
his basic
just
functions.
boom, 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 and boom, piles of stacks of wood.
And
Go figure.
he can carry
An
stacks, multiple
absurd
stacks
amount.
of gold blocks, which are
Yeah,
made
no,
from 8 gold bars. And gold bars are extremely heavy. So
dude
that's
definitely
like
does core work.
scientifically like a bajillion pounds. And then
A cajillion
that's the
is that the
exact number.
scientific term for it?
Oh, and by the way,
Spellcaster.
I was gonna say the thing we didn't talk about was having familiars, which I had mine.
Hmm.
Did you guys have some?
I didn't think about
We didn't
it.
add it in as a category, but I was like, Kodo and Poto for sure were gonna be two of mine from
Yeah,
Beastmaster,
from Beastmaster. Well,
but we didn't do familiars. So,
yeah, I mean, I would rather take the hawk. I love hawks.
or even the tiger, the puma. Anyway, Beastmaster was one of my backups at some point as well.
Hmm.
But I was like, is he a tank? No, I guess he'd be more of a ranger. I just had too many good rangers to choose
No,
from.
no, he's definitely a ranger because he has speak with animals and whatnot. Yeah,
Yeah,
Hmm.
exactly.
yeah, he's
So,
totally a ranger.
he didn't
Bond,
make the cut,
yeah,
but
no,
he was up there at first.
I didn't really have any other backup sharpshooter ranges I didn't already mention, but I did have for Spellcaster Wizard, I had both Elsa from Frozen and
okay.
Strong. She got good skills, man.
Raven from Teen Titans.
Raven's a great one. Although I will say this about both of these, and again, I come back to your D&D character because both of them have trouble with their powers, controlling their powers.
Yeah, makes for a
To the
great
point
story.
to the point where Raven has to keep her emotions in check at all times, otherwise her powers might go awry.
I mean, yeah, that's where the flavor comes from.
Look, I'm just saying, like this is very much in line with your D&D preferences that I've seen so far.
I think it's a good I think it's a pattern. It's starting to become a pattern. I really wanted to I also really wanted to fit Inspector Gadget in there somewhere, but I couldn't
If we brought
find a
in
good place.
Artificer,
Oh yeah,
Go
exactly. You need a different
murder
category
that
for
guy.
sure.
you'll go.
And then I had an edgy pick for healer cleric, but I thought that it would come off as disrespectful because it like Loki kind of is. But
Now I'm
I
interested.
okay, I am not religious, but I do have religious friends and loved ones,
Jesus
and
Christ.
yes, our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ as a healer cleric because like canonically he can do anything, he can heal anything.
Do you know what? Do you know why I'm gonna say that's a good pick? Water to wine. Every night you could be like, Jesus,
Do that thing
let's
again.
get the party started. Hell yeah.
Uh,
He's a good Jew. We love him. It's fine.
he's a mensch. He's total mensch.
He's a mensch.
Nice
Hey
boy.
Emilia,
Yeah.
check out a comic book called Loaded Bible: Jesus versus the Vampires.
Yeah, I
Trust me.
would. That sounds fun because like I at some point I watched a YouTube video that was like reimagining the Passion of the Christ, but like if Jesus like got off the cross and sought revenge with guns, and I was like that
Nice.
I would watch that.
Yeah, I'd watch the hell out of that too.
Seriously, loaded loaded Bible: Jesus versus the Vampires. It's set in the future. They find an actual piece of the cross that has Jesus's blood on it. They clone Jesus, and it's an amazing. Like it sounds like it's just gonna be pure comedy, and while there are comedic moments, it's seriously like a really good drama book.
That
Cool.
sounds like that has a lot of potential.
It gets a little grotesque in issues 2 and 3, but the first one is chef's kiss.
Speaking of which, have you ever read
Judas!
Preacher, the novel?
I didn't read the
graphic
novel.
novels?
No.
The graphic novel. Oh, they're good, but it's freaking gross. It's like I can't believe they made a show out of it, which was okay. They kind of didn't fully capture the spirit. Anyway, I think that's it. I think we're done.